So recently, a big issue I've been seeing online, mainly on like social media, Instagram, X, like it's everywhere, is like this huge discourse about modern day dating for like the young man, and it's quite interesting to see how society has really filtered us out, especially as us young men from dating. Especially if you look at these like dating platforms like Hinge, a lot of these girls have like these crazy requirements. Like you got to be 6'3", six figures, like jacked. It's just a lot of these women, quite frankly, have this perceived notion to where they think they can get the best man, but statistically, their best man is like 1.2% of the men in society. And it really begs the question of like, why even date anymore? But to me, it's like, as men, I feel like just stop dating because, like, you know, you see a lot of people around you and you ask them like, is dating been successful for you? They say no, or either they've completely stepped out of the dating market. And it's like, I feel like a lot of men see dating as kind of a means to an end. Like, oh, if I get a girlfriend, she's gonna like fix like all of my problems, yada yada, while this guy is like working a dead end retail job at Walmart with no savings, still working with his parent. And I think for that reason, a lot of young men need to just wake up and realize that like dating is not as grandeur as it seems. Like there's way more important things to do in life as a young man to build yourself up, and then dating is something that just naturally falls into place. Like you can't force these relationships. You can't like shopping for your girlfriend on Hinges 30 years ago was unheard of. Like society has never worked like that. It has always been, you meet your special other at like the workplace, the grocery store, at a bar, but also comes into question that young people aren't just going out anymore, and a lot of people are spending time indoors. And to me, it's just kind of a black pill, like if you're just the average dude who's like 5'8", can't be you're not the best looking, but for you there's no point in even trying anymore because these social media and dating apps have kind of filtered you out in this crazy feminist ideology where every average woman believes she deserves a Chad. Like, why even bother? So, I don't know. It's quite sad. It really makes you think about the time that you're dedicating and invested in dating, and you should just be investing that time into other places. Like, number one, if you're a young dude in high school, like focus on getting into the best college you can. And people might say, yeah, like college is quite pointless now because there's information online now. You can learn anything you want. But the point of college is not actually to gain information, but it's a sign of recognition, prestige. Like rich people in this country are still sending their kids to Ivy League schools because they know that with these Ivy League schools come connections. So maybe instead of swiping on Hinge for an hour a day, go figure out what you want to do and what college you actually have the means of getting into. So just dating in general is just like it's quite a way. It's a pit of wasted time, and people always say, "Oh, what if I, like, yeah, there's the odd exception of like that one buddy of yours who like happened to marry his high school sweetheart." Of course, that's always gonna exist, but in reality, that's like one in like 100, if not 1,000 people. So dating to me is just a complete waste of time. As a young man, you should probably be focused on going to college, getting your money up, get in the gym, you know, find a solid group of guys where you can actually like build a community and build something, like start a business, try making a YouTube channel, learn a new skill, go pick up jiu-jitsu. There's just so many better things that young men could be doing instead of just freaking fixating on dating. Because, like, what value can you gain from a female if you have no value within yourself? And, like, I tell a lot of my friends, I'm like, they're a buddy of mine a while ago, he broke up with this girl who's been dating for 2 years because she went off to some out of state college. and it like left him miserable and like heartbroken, and he was depressed. And the guy was like 19. I'm like, was that necessary for him? Yeah, because eventually he'll come to learn from it. But you know, why do that when you could have just avoided that entirely and been building on yourself and getting your net worth up? And I don't know. And you see a lot of these popular like influencers like Clavicular kind of promoting the idea of like hypergamy, and how 20% of the men are, you know, taking on 80% of the woman. And yeah, like if you're a Chad, like Chad's gonna do what Chad wants. He's gonna, you know, slay pussy and just go crazy on Hinge and stuff. But the reality is like 90%, 80% of us, or 90% of us are not the Chad that these women are fiending over and have this mindset of, oh, if I wait, I'm gonna get a Chad. So ultimately, it's just, you know, you gotta just stop dating, man. Just delete the apps, get off the apps, stop chasing women, because once you really start to talk to women, the novelty kind of fades and disappears. You see that most women aren't very interesting. They're drain you financially, and if you're a young guy, just there's way more better things to do. But yeah, um, there's just a little rant of mine. Let me know what you guys want to see in the comments below. You know, I really enjoy making these videos. I'm thinking about starting live streaming soon on a Kick probably. Yeah, thank you guys.